Hi everybody, it's Nicole, your HEYOKA empath. I so fucking miss you guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I really appreciate it. And to all you newbies, welcome. I am Nicole, your HEYOKA empath. I'm the one that talks about things that most people don't see and stuff you can't Google. Okay, let's begin and see how this is going to turn out. This is very new to me, but I gotta try something different. All right, so this is going to be about crushing fear. Okay? When life hits you with a meteorite and it like lands in your fucking living room, everything's going like flames, there's fire, you don't know what to do, you're in fucking shock. All your belongings are singeing in front of your eyes. The very first thing you need to say before you even fucking react is, this is so gonna fucking serve me. I am so gonna gain. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if it's, God forbid, a huge money loss. Your person cheated on you, a health issue. The very first thing you do is you say, this is going to so serve me. I am going to fucking gain from that. Then you go into frantic worry. Yes, you will do that because you're only human and you're just trying to master all these things. So the next step will be worry. Worry and research. You'll be trying to look, you'll be trying to talk to people, especially if it's a health issue. You'll be doing all this research. You'll be fucking exhausted. And then the most beautiful thing will happen. There'll be an ego death. And what that means is you'll be so tired from searching and being so upset and thinking of all the scenarios that can go wrong. You lose everything. You could die, your family. Oh my God, what does this mean in your life? And at that point, because you're so friggin' exhausted, you let go of, without letting go, your body releases like a piece of shit the anger of a person that you didn't even know you were holding on to. And you're holding on to just because the decision in your mind says, I'm still mad, I'm still infuriated, and even though you deserve to be from what that person did to me, I'm fucking raging. But at that point, you're so weak, you're so not concerned with anything that the ego values, is that you're able to it just drops from you. And it's like a tight armor that's choking, you don't even know it. It just opens and it drops. You feel lighter. And at this point, when you feel lighter, because you don't have anger mixed inside. See, as soon as you have anger mixed inside, guilt gets triggered. Because if you're angry, your emotional body knows that someone's done something unjust to you. So at that point, there's guilt. Because a part of you, no matter, and this is a tricky thing about guilt, it doesn't matter if you accidentally hurt someone or someone accidentally hurts you. You will feel bad. And then you will also feel guilty. Like, maybe I caused this somehow. Like, how could this person be so fucked? I must have done something. There's something wrong with me. You might not tell them that, but that's what you'll feel. And that's the problem when you have this anger, is that the guilt will rear its ugly head. And so you can't move forward to having insight illuminate your head like a light switch. So at this point, when there's an ego death and you're just kind of weak and tired of no sleep and searching and trying and thinking of all the what ifs, an insight happens. And the reason an insight happens to you is because you know how they talk about surrendering. It's interesting, you hear the word all the time, but you can't because you're fucking angry. But the most beautiful thing about surrendering, and it's not giving up, it's giving in, which feels like this. It's not tossing away your life. Although that may tempt you, a part of you, because you're so tired, will say things like, I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm exhausted. Let it come. Because that guilt part in you that's live and ticking almost wants things to hurt you. Because again, guilt is connected to feeling bad. Remember. So at this point in time, you'll kind of be like, not I don't care, because you've gotten rid of the guilt of the person that you hated, that held you hostage. So it's kind of like they're, in a sense, your body's forgiven because it's let it go. But you'll just be like, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to rest. And when you do that, without the anger attached and the guilt, this surrender feeling is the highest high, because it feels like you're in a plush new car with like also soft leather interior, and the smell is so fresh, and your bum is just like warm enough or it's cool enough, and you're just leaning back into the seat and you're just coasting. That's what this surrender is like. Coasting. It's almost like God's got you in his arms, spirit, and you're just resting while it's delivering. At that point, the next day you look on YouTube or you go out or something, and a name gets tossed in front of your eyes, or an idea comes to you, or whatever. Because remember, when you set up your mind and you said, this is so going to serve you, this is so going to serve me, rather, your mind's still ticking in the back, looking for ways for it to serve you. So it will direct you when you're calm into ways that will help you. So at this point, your brain might say things like, okay, let me think back. How did this start? Let's start at the basics. What did I do that had this cascade going? What worked before? What haven't I done? What haven't I taken? What have I taken? And you'll start looking back into things. And at that point, the biggest miracle in your fucking life will happen. Because of this whole scenario, this whole tornado, you have been funneled down to find out something that was buried that now helps you not just eradicate this situation, but so many other situations in your life, so many other health issues that were just surfacing under the bottom that you didn't even know where to fucking start, but you figured there were so many, you're going to start at the most priority, or in your relationship, or with your job. As your brain keeps ticking, because you went into funnel mode of, this is so going to serve me, I'm going to gain in such a big fucking way, is that it's showing you the biggest fucking way you can gain. And again, it doesn't matter what your situation looks like. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee you. I know, because this is what I've recently been through. And thank you for your patience in waiting. I really appreciate it. That's why it's taken me a bit. And here's what I've come to know that I want to share with you guys. I'm so excited, but it's fucking windy. Okay, here's what I want you to know. There is no time, no place where God is absent. There is no time, no place where spirit is missing. There is nothing to be feared. Absolutely nothing. There cannot be a gap in a universe that spirit or God created and is a part of. There can't. And you need to remember that, because if you think that God or spirit is like not there, has abandoned you, then you will have fear in your heart. And fear and hate work in a partnership. They work together, like they never part. And once you have hate inside you, you'll fear everyone and everything. How could you trust them? How could you trust life? You can't. This gets even more interesting when it rolls over into our relationships. We fear to love and love to hate. So for sure, we think love is fearful. This will always be the case when we think or believe there's a little space that we occupy that God or spirit cannot reach. And so we hang on to that little spot like it's our only hope. And now we wonder, you fucking wonder why your path is so dark and so lonely, so bleak? That's why. Love will never ask for a sacrifice, but fear will demand it. That's why, in order for hate to thrive, you have to fear love. Love has to be feared. Are you seeing the loop here? It is so important when dealing with strength. The way that we as human beings are structured is that we find strength pushing through, or courage when it's for someone else, something we love, rather than for ourselves. In other words, we're a lot braver for a cause or a person than we are for ourselves. And I think in praying to God or Spirit to find the strength and the power sets up this automatic template where we're conditioned to be joined to something we feel more than ourselves with, a love, a cause. And then we're switched on to turbo mode, full strength power, which is why it's so important to feel joined to, I'm getting emotional, you'll see why in a second, which is why it's so important to feel joined to something, connecting to a group or a project that's bigger than our feeble self. Because that's the divine spark. It's in there. That's what's lighting you forward. A creation or your love for a certain person, it's pure fire. And that's what all of you, and I mean every single fucking last one of you, are for me, especially in lieu of what's happened recently. And I thank you. And here's the other thing, when I talk about insight, it's not just that. You will always get a signal, like I had, and thank you, Melissa, who is someone I saw one-on-one and just reacted to a video like, please don't stop, like, I thank God for you, and blah, blah, on and on. And just when I was considering, okay, maybe I'll just take a break from doing all this for a while and focus on my life and healing and all this. But at that point, I'm like, fuck no, we are finding an answer. And you have to understand, if you are still unhappy, if you are still in pain, if you are still going through the same situation, the only thing that's wrong is you haven't found the answer. You've gone to the wrong place. That's all. You've gone to the wrong place. So keep searching. It's out there. The answer exists. You're in the wrong place, or come to me. And I guarantee you, I will find it. Right now, a lot of you are like breaking cycle masters. Like, whether you know it or not, you're breaking out of generational curses. Or, as I call them, ancestral hand-me-downs, low vibrational energy you've inherited. If you're here on this channel with me, you're definitely going through a massive energy shift. I call it a huge energetic breakthrough. Kind of like a reset. And it's happening, so you're going to feel tired. Like never-ending sleep. Like, what's wrong with me? I can't stop sleeping. I'm exhausted. Well, that's why. You're breaking out of generational lower inherited energies. That's what's happening. And for my empaths, my HEYOKAs, fuck, that will be magnified, because you have inherited a lot of trauma energies, my sweetness, from generations and generations, and they go back about 7 generations. Why do you think in another video of mine I talk about how important it is, and I mentioned, and I'll say it again, Whatever we do, whatever we think right now is going to affect the next 7 generations. So keep that in mind. You may have been feeling like totally stuck in like, how much more can I take kind of attitude, which is not a fucking good question to ask you. Because when you ask that of your brain, it will give you all the other things wrong in your life as to why you can't take much more. Ask, how am I going to benefit in a way that is unbelievable? What lucky thing is going to happen due to this thing that I've just gone through? What's in store for me right after I kick this ass right out the door? That's the kind of questions you need to be asking. And then you can only gain. I know a lot of you are exhausted. A lot of you are thinking, will it ever even fucking stop? And will things really, really like change for good? How much more can I take? How much more rest before I have to get into fight mode again? Like, I know right now it's a little bit calm, but when is it over? When's the next landmine I step on? Okay, I've cut off all my toxic people, relatives. I've like feng shuied my house. I've saged it. I've done my cord cutting. I've done all this shadow boxing with myself. Like, what the fuck more can I do? Because everything will be going really well, and then all of a sudden, bam, you'll hit a fucking wall again. Here's the thing I just want you to realize. When you go through something big and you let go of a toxic something or a huge something in your life, health, or a death of family or whatever, and you get really sick or things really go bad in your life, and let's say the anniversary of that person or that vile individual that was in your life, let's say there's a divorce case coming up, or let's say you're about to see that family that fucked your husband or whatever member, and you got divorced since then, you're about to see him again. Understand, look at the pattern in your life. Whatever you're going through now, if it's big, especially if it's a health issue, look around and see, is this the anniversary of that date when this and this happened? There was a huge something in your life. Was it in the summer? Like, as soon as you put a spotlight on it, it will stop. But it will happen every year if you're not understanding what's going on. Sorry about that. It'll happen every year if you're not understanding what is going on. So you need to stay on top of that. Look at what's happened. Or look at what's coming up. Are you about to meet the same person that you had a huge thing with? Are you about to go back into another job you used to have a huge thing with? Look at the pattern, because you will break down when you're about to reunite what took you down. And you just need to recognize that. Actually, in another 3-part series, I talk about the vessel. Look at my playlist, the vessel body, something or other. It talks about how when we're out of our alignment, like when your adrenals are wired so much and you can't sleep and all that kind of stuff and tired, all your thoughts will be about survival thoughts. So it won't be, okay, this is a problem. What are my resources? What can I do? Like it's a fresh problem. It won't be like that. It'll be like, oh my God, I'll die. You'll take it to the nth degree. Oh my God, my life is over. Oh my God, I can't work. Oh my God, I'm handicapped. Oh my God, this will never work with this person. Oh my God, I can't move. Oh my God. It'll be, oh my Godnesses. And that's because at that point, we'll be in our reptile brain, which is the part of our brain that's very primitive, and it is wired for survival. And again, if you look at the playlist, the vessel, our body, something like that. There's 3 videos on that. It's very detailed. You'll gain a lot from that. Because when you're in a lizard brain and it's primitive, it can only fear the past and fear the future at the same time. So it jumps over the present. It just skips right over that. And that's where your power is. That's where you need to be grounded. You need to be grounded. And your adrenal glands will be triggered when you're isolated from people. That's another thing. Communities, loved ones. So you'll know you're in this lizard mode when you find yourself thinking non-stop. Like you'll go to work and you'll notice something's out of place and you're like, that's out of place. And then you'll go, okay, I wonder who put that out of place. And oh my God, did I finish doing the laundry? And oh, there's my boss. Oh my God, he's walking like he has a carrot up his ass. Oh my God, and it's actually rotating because that's a real weird walk. Like your mind won't stop thinking, especially when you're at work or at home. Your mind just won't stop thinking, and it's concern type thoughts like, okay, I'm going to get over to her house, okay, but what if this happens, what if this happens, and did I remember this, and should I go back and do my bills, should I call back? Like your mind never stops. You're in lizard mode. Your adrenals are for shit. You should come to me for a health plan, at least a food plan. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a naturopath. I don't even fucking trust those people. But I will put you on a healthy food plan that is dictated to me through what your body's telling me. In other words, whatever injuries you have or health issues is an emotional vibration that tells me what foods are off, what foods are not off, etc. Where was I? So the best thing to do in that situation is to go out in nature. You're going to need a lot of space just to distill all the energies that are fucking stuffed up your ass at that point. And when you ground yourself that way, and you only do when your body's active, like walking or especially workout, come to me for that. I'll do that with you. No worry. It is your biggest antidepressant toolkit, like for real. So here's all I want to say to you. The next time some shit is happening in your life, I don't care what it looks like. Just play this game with me. Just fucking say, this is so going to serve me. This is so going to serve me. And then go about your business. And then you might worry, that's okay. You might cry, that's okay. And then just because you already initiated that in your brain, things will pop up on YouTube. Things will pop up in your email. You'll see a sign. Something will happen. Something will come in your mind. You'll think logically. You'll think like a master fucking chess player. And it will help the rest of your life. You've got to learn to see whatever crisis is coming into you as a gold mine, not a landmine, not a sinkhole, but a gold mine. If you are going to access that gold in you, you will find that gold mine. So a lot of you, I just want to thank. A lot of you have experienced me one-on-one. Many of you have felt me deeply here with my vids. All of you have touched me deeply in places no one has. And I feel so loose. I just wanted to say a quick, I'm leaving a link below. Google has asked me to get some reviews because they're seeing a lot of amazing comments. If you'd like to click that and give me a Google review, it would mean the world to me. I love you so much.